9, 10. It's your boy Fast Coop, and we are at the crib. We got a special guest in the building, entrepreneur, empress, queen. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. She's been definitely trending on any social media, internet streets. Introduce yourself, queen.
What's up, everybody? My name is Silvia Via, aka known just as Via. I have Via's World, Via Guatemala Coffee, and my nonprofit, One Way Treatment. So Via is the name, baby.
So we got a boss in the building in so many words. That's what that sounds like. All right, all right.
And my
So,
name is trademark, so put some respect
ooh,
on
even the
that.
name is trademark. Okay, then I got to do some catching up now. All right, Via. So, I was in these social media streets, and there was this concert with Cardi B, and the whole city was talking about it. But you had kind of set the internet streets ablaze with your post, which you kind of spoke about how after a certain point in time, if you're still pursuing a rap career, it may be time to, pivot momentarily and get your life in order. And in the comment section, people were really upset. And I want to figure out, like, what did you really mean? Like, so we could break it down. Because some people didn't understand it and had the capacity to
Right.
get it. So can you kind of break down what you meant with this post?
Well, first of all, I support anyone's dreams. I'm a dreamer. I'm an entrepreneur. So I know what it's like to have dreams and aspirations. But like, for instance, for Cardi B, which we known in the past when major artists come in and even like say Summer Jam, they try to have local artists pop up, and for her not to have one artist in Boston, just want to kind of shows you a few things, just from a demographic and from a just economic and just from where we are in entertainment. So like for instance, Cardi came and she didn't have no opening act. It was an hour and a half of just straight, or maybe 2 hours of DJing and women twerking and whatever. And she just didn't have enough respect for rapper artists like that, right? And we have to think about, especially in Massachusetts or New England, the demographic that we're in, right? Like, we're in a very white collar, blue collar. And yes, also an artist. I am a published artist. I do have art in hotels. And I do understand about the entertainment industry. I've been in it from music, to styling, to being a model in videos. I understand it. So when I said that post, it was almost like it's not worth it. Like, so for all the money that you're spending in studios and all the money that you're spending on trying to do all that energy, you could be spending putting that towards a trade or some types of education or something to try to better your life. So until you start making money and good money, it's just a hobby. And every rapper from here to wherever in the world, a lot of you guys are just hobbying. It's not a career. So start thinking about your career and your future. People don't want to admit that. And I understand, because even me as an artist, until I started making real money, it was just a hobby. And yes, I was posting my stuff on social media and stuff like that. But again, once you reach a certain age too, I would say 35 and up, nah, you need to start thinking about your life and growing up, because like this is when people start having kids or family or whatever. And I've just been in the rap life. I've been in the life, and I grew up where, like, I seen dudes, in their 20s and 30s, and they got baby mamas, and they got multiple women trying to pay for their studios. And it's like, at some point, bro, grow up. Like, when are you going to grow up and take control of your life? Now, it is different, and I know it sucks to say, but it's true. If it was singing, if it was country music, it also depends on the different music. Now, you could be like, for instance, Tina Turner didn't really blow up her career. She already was having some type of career because of Ike and stuff, but she didn't blow up herself until, I want to say, her 60s and 70s. Like, that's when she really, really blew up, right? But this is a different type of music. Rap still, even though it's like a global, but if you look at someone like Drake, or you look at someone like Cardi, like, you have to be more than just like, I'm a rapper. Like, no one cares how deep your bars are. Like, nobody cares how dope. Like, I'm a published poet as well. Nobody cares how fire it, like, cuz it just doesn't matter. Like, you have to be more too. in Boston is just a fire. Oh, I spit bars. What else do you do? What else do you bring? You have to have that pizzazz. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's really not a lot of Boston artists that got the pizzazz, or New England artists, I should say. Like, there's nobody that I'm like, ooh, like goo goo gaga about. Like Cardi B, I've been to a lot of concerts. I've been to the Beyonce concert. She's a full blown entertainer, pizzazz. Like we knew this when she was a dancer. She's funny. She communicates with the crowd, and that's just really what I meant by it. Like at some point, you got to just look in the mirror and say, okay, maybe I do love the entertainment. I do love the rap industry. What else can I do in it? Or what else can I do? Because a lot of you guys are just hobbying. You're just hobbying, hoping. And again, what are you really doing it for? To be seen? To be like, ooh, I put out music videos? What is the point behind it? And that's another thing is I feel like a lot of rappers are so shallow. They're just putting out things just to put out things to be like, do you see my video? Did you see this? Like, okay, you got seen on YouTube, or you got seen on Instagram, you got seen on TikTok, but what's next? Where's the money? And again, I just wrote a post recently, I think it was yesterday, about Facebook, like, people ask me if I'm on TikTok or Snapchat or whatever. I don't need TikTok what's the word, strangers to tell me how fine I am or how I'm made. I don't give a fuck. Like if you're not putting money in my pocket, that's another thing. Social media followers doesn't equate to money. So what equates to money is ticket sales. What equates to money is like shows, events, things like that. And nobody's really going to your show.
Right.
I don't care if you got 100,000 followers. Where's the money?
That's true. That's true. So something I wanted to highlight out of what you were saying was you mentioned women paying for men's studio sessions.
Yeah, that I've seen that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So for me, I never had that luxury.
Mm-hmm.
So I've dabbled into the rap industry as well. I always pay for my studio sessions. So I don't know what that is like. Can you kind of like expound on that for like the
Yeah.
people the women who may be doing this, or the men who
Yeah.
may be getting their studio sessions paid for? Can we
I'm a
go?
little
Yeah.
bit older than you, so I grew up in the rap culture when it was like pimps and hoes and trapping. And a lot of these wannabe rappers, you know what I'm saying, even right now, you know what I mean, was pimping women, and the women was out here in the streets getting this money so they could go to the studio, they could look fly, and they could do what they were doing. So I come from that culture too. And a lot of these rappers right now too are like getting girls who work really great jobs, or they got baby mamas, and they're like, I'm gonna do it for you, baby, I'm gonna do it for you, I'm gonna do it for us, things like that. And so you do got that culture. And just to talk about women and how important we are for the culture, rap wouldn't be shit without women vixens, without models. Do you know what I mean? And so it's like women have to really take back their power as well, as far as like, I don't give a fuck about your rap career. You want that shit, you go get it yourself. Stop supporting these men. Now, I'm gonna support my man if he wants to start a business, because that can multiply and quantify. I don't care about your rap career, because I don't know how many rappers out there who think they're going to make it. I don't care about that. And that's your dream, and I support you, but you got to support your own dream. Just like I didn't ask my man, I didn't ask anybody to support me on my dream when I was starting. I went and did it on my own. And that's just what it is. So, but if my papi want to go to culinary school, he want to go to a trade school, he want to start a construction business, I'm there. What do we need? What do we need to do it? Your rap career, I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay. So this is the thing, right?
It's not a career, it's a dream.
So okay, but let's talk about that small percentage of females who end up supporting a man. He ends up blowing up, because it actually has happened. I believe there's an artist. Yeah, I don't forgot his name, but the song is "She's a Runner, She's a Track Star."
Where is she from? Where are they from?
That was his girlfriend who
Where are
paid
they
for
from?
that. I believe maybe Southern.
All right then. So again, we're looking at different demographics. Yes. Again, when I was speaking about Boston, I was speaking about New England and Boston, because look at the economics and look at the demographics. Atlanta, down south, they really support their artists more than their rap artists, because I'm going to tell you something else too. If you just look at it from an economic level, Massachusetts is the most educated state in the country, and we're number two I think Hawaii is first for cost of living, and then Massachusetts and New York. Okay, so in New England, I should say, but Massachusetts. What does that mean? That means we have more opportunities. You go down south, or you go to somewhere, I don't know, Arkansas. They don't got really no way out to Ohio. Like they don't have opportunities like we do. There's so much more to use your mind. The problem is that within the black culture specifically, or Latin culture with men, and this is why women are dominating entrepreneurship, black women and Latin women specifically, is because they want immediate gratification. They don't want to put in the work. Women are willing to put in the work. So a man who wants to be a rapper is trying to figure out, how can I get the money and be a multi-billionaire, millionaire the fastest? But they don't see that the turtle always wins the race. They don't want to put in the hard work.
That is true, but I do have to. I'm not going to say I disagree, but I have to challenge you a little bit because nowadays we have different ways for women to receive income. Um, and we have like OnlyFans and all these things like
Yeah,
that
which
to where they're able to generate a significant amount of money while being in a relationship with somebody. Why not take some of the proceeds from there? You know,
no, again, if you want to take some of the proceeds from there to do that, to support your man's career, and you want to be like, I'm an OnlyFans chick and my man's a wannabe rapper, okay, that's what you want to do with your life, honey. Do it with your life. But like honestly, like again, OnlyFans, I love y'all. Y'all do what you do, but just think that's gonna be on. That's a footprint on internet forever. And one day you're gonna want to become a mother or a wife, or you're gonna want to do something more. Think about that. That's a whole other subject. So it's like, again, look at the low frequency. We're dating like that. Is that the power couple that we want to be? The OnlyFans chick and the rapper? Like, what are we talking about right now?
well, in terms of the culture, I think that is definitely becoming,
That's disgusting. Then why aren't we aiming for the culture to be like Beyonce or Jay Z, corporate level?
do you feel like Jay Z and Beyonce actually represent the culture?
1,000%, because they come from it.
Okay.
They started it. They're the blueprint. Jay Z's the blueprint for the culture, just so isn't Nas. Like, are you kidding me? Beyonce is the blueprint for a girl starting from a very little. And, it's not like she went to regular high school. It's not like she went to college. She put her life, blood, sweat, and tears into singing, and so did Jay Z. Jay Z comes from that. Jay Z, like, again, y'all want to be rappers so bad, but Jay Z is always talking about the rap was just a bridge to do business. If you listen to his lyrics, that's why I'm the diehard Jay Z fan. Like, that's like, honestly, when I was in the streets and I was doing what I was doing, Jay Z was my blueprint to, for me, be like, okay, what can I do now for business? Like I listened to Jay Z so much that I was like, Jay Z was damn near my daddy growing up. Like, I gotta go get it because Jay Z's getting it.
Mm. Well, unfortunately, we don't have too many Jay Z's anymore.
Rap, but again though, that's what are you rapping about too? Back to spewing universal law and what you put out to earth. What the fuck are you guys talking about? What is this?
Well, we're talking about stories from the ghetto. We're
Yeah,
talking
but
about life
let me
in the
tell you
ghetto.
why it doesn't matter anymore. Stories from the ghetto.
Okay.
It mattered when Jay Z, when Nas, when say in the '80s, and when we didn't have internet and we didn't have to expose the ghetto. So storytelling was so important. Now it's like we don't care. We see it online all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point? Tell us something else. And a lot of us come from the ghetto. A lot of us come from that. So it's like we don't want to. It's like boo hoo. You got a sad story. Next.
Right. But what else do we know in the ghetto?
All right. That's what I'm saying. Start. I don't know. Knowledge is endless. Go read some books and start telling us about something and show us how you got this business. Tell us a rapping how you. I don't know. Show us something else, because like the ghetto is like, what is that? The ghetto was like, so when NWA, when LL Cool J, when Nas, when Jay Z, like again, they hit the brink. Biggie, right? When you hit Bad Boy, right? When you hit all like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, right? We didn't have internet like that. Now we have so much internet where we're like, oh, projects. Oh, like everything is so overexposed. So what story are you really telling us to make us think? Back then we needed those stories to make us think and to have social awareness. NWA, fuck the police, whatever. Now it's like the regular chick or me and you right now. I can tell the story about the hood without rapping.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So since we're talking about that, what do you feel like is the age of the cutoff for rapping?
I think for male rappers, I think if you haven't hit it by 35, that's it.
35? That's
Yeah.
actually that's pretty good. A lot of people say 30.
No, I say 35 because, age, with age comes maturity and things like that. And I get it. And people are going to be like, oh, but Jay-Z and Two Chains and all of them. Yeah, but they already had motion. All
Mm-hmm.
right. And again, Jay-Z talks about he was going to be fine with or without rap. Same thing wasn't Two Chains. Like, you got
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that you're going to be okay with or without rap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you're doing rap. You're trying to make your hobby become your main priority,
Mm-hmm.
your main business, but you still got to handle your business on the side. A lot of these dudes I hear want to be rappers and got kids. Like, how dare you be like to your BM, like, watch my kids while I go do the show, and you ain't even getting paid to do your show. I won't leave the house unless it's important to me or unless you're paying me. You have to pay to see me. You have to. It has to be worth my time. Like, even now, like, I'm speaking to you guys. Like, you should be lucky that I'm speaking to you about and presenting myself and telling you about the things that I know, because I am a plethora of knowledge. I've been in the game, and that you have somebody like me. Like, and I do it because I'm trying to inspire specifically women, but I'm trying to inspire especially artists. I'm an artist as well, but it has to be worth something. Like, you're going to leave your kids, your BM, your house just to go do a show for potentially, and you've been doing shows for 10 years. Give it up already. You're spending your gas, your time. Like, enough.
Yeah, yeah. I think I can agree with you on there. A lot of people are going to be a little upset about that because they feel like you should be able to dream or chase your dreams for however long you want. And my whole thing is that, that's cool, but you also have to make sure you don't end up under a bridge while chasing your
But why
dream.
do you only just have to have one dream? This is what I'm saying. Yes. Why do you have to be so fixated on just, oh, if I don't make it a rapper? Like, really? Okay, for me, like, my whole life I've been an artist. Again, I am a published artist. You can go to a Harborside Boutique Hotel on State Street, and you could go to the Charles Mark Boutique Hotel on Boylston Street, right where the finish line is of the Boston Marathon. You can walk in and see my art. I am a living artist who has art in hotels, okay? And my dream, okay, was I've always wanted to be an artist, right? But I had to, in order to, for you guys to take your rap career or take your art to another level, whatever art you're in, you have to start looking at it as a business. So me as being an artist, right? And I used my color to my advantage. I used that I'm in Boston, New England. There's not a lot of us brown people representing. I also use my intellect. I use my communication skills. And do you think brown people hired me to do this hotel? Do you think Spanish people hired me to do this hotel? No, white men hired me to do this hotel because guess what? That's where the money's at. And I'm not saying just men, there's a lot of really powerful women. But if you want to be, say, a rapper or whatever art you're in, you have to also learn how to network away from your area in your hood. And again, you want to be a rapper, that's cool, but these people in this social class don't care. They don't want to hear about the ghetto. They can't even relate to that. They don't care. And yeah, I have a sad story too, but can you make it happen? That's all that matters.
Well done, well done. We're going to take a break.